In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what it is to be a conscious creator. What exactly is that? And I'm also going to share with you my formula, which has helped me ground all of my ideas and my inspirations into a physical divine masculine template so I can actually birth my creations into physical form. And that's very, very important. Otherwise, we're just circling to land. And I also ask you to hang around to the end of the video because I'm going to be talking about the Isis Creation Codes, which is a pre-recorded meditation that I have as a free offering. But it's a very powerful meditation, which is going to unlock your creation codes in a very powerful way. And I want to get into that in just a little bit because I need to pre-explain before you put the earplugs in and go off with it. So let's get right back to the beginning now. Conscious creation. Okay, so that is being very, very mindful, focused, centered. You're basically driving, you're in the driving seat. You're not being dragged along with your idea. So the idea comes from inspiration, comes from intuition, comes from clairaudience, clairsentience, whatever it might be. It's the magic that comes in that gives you the idea, the vision. Okay, so we all have a vision. We all have that something that we want to bring forth. And if you don't, then there's just a matter of clearing of density, getting the sleep out the eyes for you to know what it is. So this is where my work comes in. I assist the conscious creators, okay, in basically clearing any blockages out the way that is preventing them from seeing the vision, which is preventing them from creating a pathway to create the vision into physical form. Okay, so it's just about getting it all in flow. So when you are consciously creating, you are in charge of the whole project every single step of the way because you're well aware of your mission and purpose, what you've come here to do and why. You're well aware of your gifts and abilities that you have, so you know exactly how to support that mission and purpose and put it in place. Now, you might understand now why you might be stifling in the back of the cave, not able to be able to get a start off the block, because when you are not aware of those things I've just spoken about, you just find yourself treading water, and it's very frustrating. So it's just a question of clearing the blockages, clearing the density, and that can be done quite quickly, and then you will get the vision. Now, there's many conscious creators that are out there that have already got creations and projects and ideas out there which are running really well, but there's always more. So we will never stop accessing parts of self that hold so much creative magical power. It's infinite, so we never arrive because there's always more. So you may be a conscious creator that has got some projects on the go, but you've got an itch you can't scratch. Maybe you want to change direction, maybe there's something new to add on to it, maybe it needs an upgrade, or maybe you just need to now close chapter on that and start something completely different because there's something within you that you haven't unlocked yet, which is a whole new bunch of gifts and abilities. So that is kind of like the path in a nutshell. So that's a conscious creator. I am a conscious creator. I spent many years in the back of the cave being very, very scared, and I had to like crawl and claw my way out of the darkness, my own darkness, to gain the courage to turn fear into courage, to be able to bring forth, which is my biggest creation, the Tablets of Light tour. That's my biggest baby to date, and I've had lots of little birthings here and there, but the Tablets of Light tour is living proof that what I'm about to share with you actually works, because this is what I lived by. So the Tablets of Light tour is is basically all this work I'm talking about in a sacred mission and expedition to Egypt, and I've interwoven my work and I'm co-creating with the gods and goddesses of Egypt and the temples to create what I'm talking to you now, a pathway, a formula on how to push through the density and just get cracking with creating. So that's what the tour's all about, that's what my work is all about, and that's what this video is all about. So let's jump forward into the formula. What is the formula? Well, I'm going to put it base camp now, okay? From the bottom. So we have the portal, which you could liken to opening your heart, giving your sacred yes, and like, what is the vision? What is the idea? Once the idea has come into your space, then you're going to talk about the pathway. So it's the portal, the pathway. So the pathway is, what do you need to support that vision? Do you need to go, if you're going to be writing a book, go on a course to learn how to write books? Do you need to go somewhere to some mountains to be inspired and write? What is it that you have to do to put systems in place to support the vision in coming into the runway? Okay, so that might be that might actually come in healing or clearing or doing something to actually clear the pathway. So you understand. So that's the pathway that takes you then to a smooth landing to be able to land on the platform. Now the platform will be your idea. What does it look like in the world? What does it look like? Is it a wellness center? Is it indeed a book? Is it a tour to Egypt? Is it a children's school? Is it just a beautiful home with a couple of children and some just a really nice, happy family life that you can also consciously create in that way, you know? So that is, it's kind of like the end game, but it's not the end game, because as soon as you've got this formula down, you'll use it again and again, and then you'll just be creating like all sorts of things and all sorts of dimensions, which is amazing. And I liken this. I was working with a good friend of mine yesterday, and I use the tree as a perfect example. So think about it like this, you know, your root system to your creation must be strong. It must be like the roots of an oak tree. So that's the trunk, okay? The leaves are actually the platforms. They are the creations that will forever change. The leaves will fall, they will grow again, they will change colors. There's lots of them, you know, so they will always be in like changing and moving, because that's what happens with creative energy. But in this first stage of getting through the fears of creating, we're just going to keep it really simple. Open the portal, create the pathways, and then land on the platform. And then once you've got those 3 stages down, it just starts to run, and it's just effortless, and you just remember how to do it. Now, there's something else that I want to chuck in there, which I'll probably go into depth in another video, but this is like really cool. The Egyptian formula, if you want to say, that I work with to support that. So that's real base camp stuff: portals, pathways, and platforms. Now, if you move to Sia, Hu, and Heka, what the bloody hell is that? So Sia is the god seer, the Egyptian god seer. Now, he is the one that they call it the god of perception, but he is also the one that brings the clairsentience, the clairaudience, you know, the intuition. So think of him like that. So god seer, okay? So he comes first. The second god, so you actually see your vision. You start to visualize it into being. Then you get to Hu, which is god Hu, Hu. And he is the god of what they call utterance, okay? So you start to speak the idea into being. You can also breath work and any kind of things like that, clearing the blocks, clearing it out the way, so you can actually breathe life into this idea. And then you have Heka, which is the god of magic and medicine. So a combination of those 2 previous gods and Heka, boom, it just creates. And the Egyptians used to work with Heka and work with Sia and Hu just to create beautiful meals at home, because they brought the magic into every single space in their lives. And we've lost that. So I'm giving you the base layer, the portals, the pathways, the platforms, but I also like encourage you to get up there and get with the magic and work with the Sia, the Hu, and the Heka. So now I've shared with you my magical formulas. Now I'm going to move into the Isis creation codes. Now, I have a very special offering for you, and it is on my new website, mariecoverley.com. Link will be in the write-up somewhere. And within that website, there is the Tablets of Light 2023, which encompasses all of this work that I'm talking about. Very encoded to do with the creative process and to bring in that creative power online, working with the temples, activating your energies with the gods and goddesses and so on. Very magical and powerful. So it's likened to a mentorship, but it's all on there. Go have a look-see. So within that part of the Egyptian part of the website, there is a place where you can just click on the button and you can sign up for the meditation for the Isis codes, for the Isis creation codes. Now, it is a weaving of sound healing with my Egyptian singing bowl and the I am presence frequency, all to do with vision, activation, a creation, and it really is an initiation. So you need to be ready for this one because it's very, very powerful. It's not something to be taken quite lightly. Isis made that very, very clear. When one goes through this portal that she's going to call you into now, if you listen to it, then it's go time. So I invite you to experience the Isis creation codes, and please do report back and let me know how you got on, because I would love to hear back on how it was for you. So I'm going to leave that there. And yeah, Yeah, so just go along to the website, go and collect the magic, which is waiting there for you, and also sit with the creation code, sit with the conscious creator concept, and just see, you know, where that sits with you, where you can expand into that just a little bit more than you are doing. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace.